There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
Evil Eye Review. Thank you, Johnny, for this deck idea. Thank you, Mythyard, for your deck idea. Thank you, Gadget Bug, for your deck idea. People are very passionate for this deck type. This deck type is nuts, and this deck is all about this equip card. This equip card, by just existing on the field, is going to give all your other cards some extra benefits, but the effect itself, oh my Jesus. You must equip it onto an Evil Eye. The Evil Eye monster that you equip this onto cannot be targeted by card effects, cannot be destroyed by battle nor card effects. The monster is completely indestructible, untargetable. How do you deal with the monster? Well, let's talk about it's not done. It's got more effects. Every time you activate the monster that's equipped with this, you're going to lose 500 life and gain 500 attack permanently, even if the card leaves the field. Also, if another spell or trap Evil Eye card is activated, you'll gain another 500 attack, you'll lose another 500 life. So your monster keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You can lose to this. It's not optional. It's a mandatory buff boost, but you should be winning before you get reduced to 0 life. Another effect is while in the graveyard, you could pay 1,000 life. If you have 1,000 life, banish another Evil Eye spell or trap to reset this card from the grave. Now, the main way we want to search this, before I tell you what to equip it onto, is going to be your Gorgon. This card, while in the graveyard, you could discard an Evil Eye to add an Evil Eye spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So we want a way to get the Gorgon into the grave to then immediately search for the crazy equip card. Well, how do we send that card to the grave? We're going to send to the grave with Miscellaneous. If you have an Evil Eye monster on the field, you could special summon this, otherwise normal summon it. Then you could activate its effect to simply send the Gorgon from your deck to the grave, which could then search the equip card that makes you invincible, untargetable. Now that we know what the equip card does and how to search it, what do we want to equip it onto? We want to ideally equip it onto Medusa, the Watcher of the Evil Eye. On summon, you could add an Evil Eye from the graveyard to your hand. Also, if equipped with the Selene equip card, making it invincible and untargetable, she now has the quick play effect to banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. They activate Invocation with their Element Saber in the grave, banish. They have Invocation in the grave, banish. Banish it. That is insane. It is once per turn, and every time you activate the quick play effect to banish a card from their grave, spell, trap, or monster, whatever it is, you're going to gain 500 attack on top of being indestructible and untargetable. Now, the downside is, if you do activate the effect, you must banish one card from your graveyard during your next standby phase. Now we got the field spell. Field spell on activation, search for an Evil Eye monster. Search for the Miscellaneous, which will search for the equip card. Search for the Medusa if you already have the equip card. On destruction, you could add an Evil Eye monster from the grave. Now, this card is crazy. Your opponent takes the same battle damage as you if you have the equip card. That is insane. This is going to cause a lot of draws. Oh my Jesus. And all that is essentially the core of the deck, just grabbing the Selene, making your monster indestructible and untargetable. Now, some extra stuff with the deck will be that the Gorgon actually has an effect of its own. When equipped to a monster, your monster gains attack equal to the difference in life if you are lower life. And also, while in the back row, it becomes a Selene. So if you want to have the Selene benefit of the other cards, then this could act as a Selene without making your monster invincible and untargetable. Now we have another trap, very good. What it does is it could return 1 to 2 monsters on the field to the hand, 2 if you have the equip card. And then you have Evil Eye Confrontation. Destroy a back row card, banish it like a Cosmic Cyclone without paying 1,000 life, if you have the equip card. Now you must have an Evil Eye monster on the field to even activate this quick play card to take out a back row card. Evil Eye Repose. What this basically does is it will recycle your banished cards as your Medusa's banishing, your Selene's banishing. It will recycle those cards. but more importantly, it will make it so your monster will banish on its attack. So it's a good out to Cocytus as a continuous spell. Let's watch some gameplay. Any hand where you open up the Selene, it's gonna be ideal. Because the Selene's gonna make your monster indestructible and can't be targeted. So just this and this is broken. That's it. She's gonna boost up to plus 500 over and over and over. Plus 500, boom, boom, boom. Every time you activate her effect to banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. Or just by activating another spell or trap card. So if you activate this, it immediately becomes 1900. We are gonna lose 500. And then this will search for our Basilisk. Then the Basilisk will be special summoned. And then we're gonna activate its effect to send a Gorgon. And then when the Gorgon is in the grave, we're going to banish the Gorgon from the grave, to discard a Gorgon, to search our deck for, could search for Evil Eye of Defeat. We could search for a Destroy back row, which will also banish it. This is crazy. We have the evil. This will return up to 2 monsters on the field. So now that we activate this, we return up to 2 monsters on the fields. Overall thoughts, top tier potential. You equip the Selene onto the Medusa, very easily can get boosted up to around 2900. You cannot destroy, target. You must Cosmic Cyclone the Selene or have non-targeting banishment like Fortune Lady Every. This is gonna be a crazy deck. Spellbook review. Spellbooks are back. An old top tier Spellbook deck would look something like this back in the day. Right now, Spellbook of Fate is semi-limited to 2. Here is an idea from Liu on how to play the new version of the deck. Here's another idea, a thicker deck. What are the new cards? Well, High Priestess of Prophecy. To summon this, you reveal 3 spellbooks in your hand, spellbook spells, to summon. That easy. Now, once per turn, you could banish a book from your graveyard to destroy any card on the field. That's great, but there isn't really a good way to search it, but you could summon it from the deck. What you could do is, we're not going to talk about Prophecy. I don't think it'll be used in Duel Links. It was used in TCG. You could read it yourself. Otherwise, we'll talk about Temperance of Prophecy, where during the turn you activate a spellbook card, you could simply tribute the Temperance, special summon a High Priestess from the deck. If it's in the hand, you can't special summon it. You just reveal 3 spellbooks to summon it. But that's a great way to get the Prophecy on the field. Now with the new spellbook card, we have Spellbook of Wisdom. Target a spellcaster on the field. It cannot be affected by spell effects or trap effects. It's like a lance, but it's searchable. And there you go, Spellbook Lance. Now we have the new field spell from Carly Carmine. It's a 1-of. It essentially draws 2 every turn by recycling your spellbooks in the grave, putting them at the bottom of your deck. Draw 2 every turn. That's going to be a great reason to play this card. And then we have another boss monster, World of Prophecy. You could special summon it with Temperance or your Spellbook of Life, and on summon you'll add 2 spellbooks from your graveyard to your hand. Then after adding, if you have 4 different spellbooks in your hand, spellbook spells, you could blow up the entire field of other monsters by revealing those 4 different spellbook cards. Check out the gameplay. And we'll keep drawing like we're going turn 2. There we go, turn 2. So right away, we could Secrets into Blue Boy. We could open up with the High Priestess by revealing these 3 spells. And let's say they Floodgate Trap Hole. We chain Wisdom. Wisdom, now she's unaffected by traps, and they got a whole bunch of traps. Now they also have a monster. I could banish this to destroy a card in the field. And then, we get going. We got the Master. Master could then search for, if we want to set up with the Spellbook of Tower, it's to draw 2 cards next turn. We got this. We got the Set Fate. We could Eternity the Wisdom back to the hand. We could set the Wisdom to protect from spells. And then on their turn, we could Wisdom to protect from a spell. We could Spellbook of Fate, banish a card they control. And then in our standby phase, after we draw a card, we could put the Spellbook of Fate it goes to the bottom of the deck, right? That's what it says. Put this to the bottom of your deck, right? And then draw a card. And there you go. Secrets get searching, get popping again with the Priestess. The deck pops off. And then just this, we could Temperance, and then we could activate to special summon a Priestess from the deck. We grabbed a Master, we could search again. We could grab the Spellbook of Fate. We got this, we got Power, we got Banishing, we got Poppin'. So this would be a really good, fun way to play Spellbooks, a more aggressive way, potentially. My thoughts are Boss Monster, Prophecy, make slow books become less slow books. Witchcrafter review, the most hyped deck type of the box. Majli with the pure concept, also with an invoked concept. Also, we have a Spellbook concept. We also have a Lightsworn concept. Lots of concepts. What do these lollies do? This is a very powerful deck, I'll tell you that right now. It's all about the Sun Deer Madame Verre. This lolly is 1,000 attack, 2,800 defense. We'll talk about the ways to special summon it, but her effects on her own are, she's got 2 effects. You could boost herself or another spellcaster by 1,000 attack and defense until the end of the turn. Per spell card you reveal with a different name. 2 spells, 3,000 attack, 4,800 defense. The other effect is even better. Discard a spell. Quick effect. Negates all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Every single one of them negated. So here's a quick little overview of how to summon her from the deck with these 2 Witchcrafters, how to summon from the hand, and how to summon from the grave. So let's read these cards on how easily they could summon your main lolly. We have Witchcrafter, Shymeta. On the field, quick effect, discard a spell, tribute to then special summon your lolly onto the field from the deck. Also, while in the graveyard, you could banish itself to send a Witchcrafter card from your deck to the grave. Now, that's going to be a great effect as a follow-up. When you summon your Madame, she's going to need spell cards in the hand. Well, all of the Witchcrafter spell cards in the end phase will add from the grave back to the hand. So, Shymeta, after summoning your Madame after discarding a spell, not only can that spell go back to your hand, but you could then send another spell from the deck to the graveyard, have 2 spells be added back to the hand in the end phase, and your Madame's now going to get boosted by plus 2,000 and have 1 card to discard to negate all face-up opposing monsters. Also, since it's fire, you could use it with Purgatrio. Moving on to the Water Lolly. Now, this whole deck is 3 different lollies and 3 different spells. That's it. So on the 3rd and final monster, same thing, quick effect, discard a spell, special summon your lollies from the deck. The same exact effect as the Shymeta, but the second effect is a little different. Also, it's water, so you could use it with Cocytus. In the grave, you could banish to draw a card, then send a Witchcrafter card from your hand to the graveyard. If you're not able to, you gotta banish your whole hand. So you can make a gamble to hopefully draw into a Witchcrafter card if you do not have one, but you'll likely have one when you activate this effect. Now let's talk about the lolly spells. We got the Unveiling that is, quick play spell, special summon a Witchcrafter from the hand. You're gonna summon your big boss lolly onto the field, and then your opponent cannot chain to your spellcaster effects that turn. So your big lolly effect to negate monster effects on the field, it cannot be negated itself just for that turn. And if you wanna be top tier, on the summon of your big boss lolly, you could activate its effect with your player priority if you're summoning it on your turn to just, boom, you can't get floodgated. So that's an example play right here. Special summon, toggle on, activator effect to negate the opponent's field, and the opponent could not chain floodgate trap hole because you would be chain link 1. You have turn player priority to activate your effect before they could floodgate. And then, like I said, the second effect is the same as all the spells. They will add from the graveyard to the hand during the end phase, only not the turn you activated their main effect. So you will have to wait next turn if you activate the effect. Otherwise, if you just discarded this, it will just go back to the hand in the end phase. Witchcrafter Collaboration, probably one of the worst cards of all of them, but they're all amazing, so it's actually not that bad. Your opponent cannot use spell and trap cards if you attack with your Witchcrafter, and it can make a second attack. So this could be the game ender, the game finisher, double attack, negate the back row. Nice. General overview of the deck. let's watch the gameplay. So right away, Shemitah, yes. And then if we want to, we could quick effect tribute her right now to summon a Madame from the deck. So Shemitah is going to discard, tribute, special summon, Madame. And then we're gonna activate the Shemitah to banish, to then send Pitor. Then Pitor, we're going to banish, draw a card, discard Madame. Then we could set the Cosmic Cyclone. Then in the end phase, we could add the Holiday back to the hand. Then on the opponent's turn, Madame can negate any monster effect on your opponent's side of the field by discarding our Holiday, which we'll add back in the end phase. Or during damage calculation, we could boost her up by revealing 2 different spells to boost her up to thick. 4,800 defense. Also, she will become 3,000 attack. Now, that's just going to be until the end phase. Okay, there you go. This one's the crappy one. Discard, special. Then we have the Madame on the field and attack or defense. End phase, add back to the hand. We got a double bot boost and a negate. Let's do a new hand. This can, this sucks right here. This is not good. Well, no, actually, this is good. This is fine. This is fine. Shemitah, discard, tribute, special, Madame. Then banish Shemitah to send a spell. We'll send the Unraveling. Then add the Unraveling back to the hand, the end phase. That's a discard and a buff boost. If we discard, we'll add it back to the hand. So, very good. General overview, as we have shown earlier, it's all about summoning the big lolly from the deck with the monsters, from the hand with this one, from the grave with this one. Why summon her? She thick. She negates opponent's monsters. She gains 1,000 per different spell name in your hand. That is amazing. Use my NordVPN promotion. If you are into lollies, you do not want your ISP to know that you're into lollies. Also, just for clarification, the spell cards will only add in the end phase during your turn, not on your opponent's turn. So if you discard on your opponent's turn, you gotta wait until the end of your turn. Otherwise, it would probably be a bit broken. Other UR and Super Rare cards, we have Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight, Dark Magician Girl plus a Dragon Monster, and it must be summoned with the above fusion materials, or you have to use the Eye of Timaeus, so you cannot use a fusion substitute. Also, Eye of Timaeus cannot be used on Dark Magician to summon the Dark Magician Girl, the Dragon Knight. You must use it on a Dark Magician Girl. Now, why do you want to go through all that hassle to summon her? Well, quick effect, discard a card, destroy any face-up card on the field. That is great if you are playing the mirror match. They activate Eye of Timaeus, pop their monster so they do not summon. They activate Dark Magical Circle, negate by discarding. So what are ways to make the summon happen? Well, Keeper of Dragon Magic is a dragon. On summon, discard the Dark Magician Girl or any card to add polymerization. Then Keeper of Dragon Magic could summon her back onto the field, then activate polymerization. You got it. You could use Dragon's Mirror to summon her using your field and or graveyard instead of poly, just using the field and your hand. You could use Dragonic Fusion skill to add the Dragon's Mirror to your deck or just play the card. You could also play Gathering of Disciples to reveal a Dark Magician to add a Dark Magician Girl to the bottom of your deck. So then when you activate your navigation to summon your Dark Magician Girl onto the field, you could then activate your Eye of Timaeus onto her to make your Dragon Knight. Now, Dark Magic Veil could potentially be used to summon her onto the field to more consistently get that Eye of Timaeus onto the Dark Magician Girl. Quick replay of that play. Keeper, discard, search, poly, activate the Keeper of Dragon Magic, revealing the Dragon Dark Magician Girl, special summon Dark Magician Girl onto the field, face down defense, and we will be returning this back to the extra deck. Polymerization, send, come forth, just like that, you got her. We meet all the requirements. So dragon, a Dark Magician Girl. Now we could quick effect discard to get poppin'. Pop, pop, Love it. Another super rare card, we have Isperia. If this card summoned, draw a card. That's it. Once per turn. What's good? Well, I'm told it's supposed to be used with the Ultra Evolution Pill. Tribute a reptile, special summon a dino from your hand. I don't know if this will see use, but you might as well draw a card if you're going to tribute. Then we have Chain Hole, Dkayed. Is this the new back row card? Will this compete with Canadia, Floodgate, Wall of D? No. Well, let's see what it does first. If a monster effect is Chainlink 2 or higher, negate the effect. It does not destroy it, keeps it on the field. Then after negating the effect, you could banish the same name as that monster from their deck or their hand. It's their option. If they do not want to, you will then banish a random card from their hand. Top tier cards to use this against. If Mola Hue is Chainlink 2, then you could negate it. Not destroy it, not banish it, but negate it, then banish another Mola Hue or a random card from their hand. You'll definitely negate Lapula, because it has to be Chainlink 2 to use its effect. You can negate any of the Ritual Beast monsters as long as they're Chainlink 2ing their tag out to defuse. You will likely be able to use it against the new Witchcrafter Lolly as she attempts to negate a monster effect as Chainlink 2. Dark Cavalry, negate Dark Cavalry, but then it does not deal with Dark Cavalry, it just negates it. Trash. Hidden gems that are not super rare, ultra rare, nothing. That's the box. Enjoy. Hop on twitch.tv/duellinksmeta. We have a tournament going on. Do not miss it. Also, this Saturday, the week of this upload, and this Thursday, we got tournaments. Hop in, learn. Let's see if these cards are good or not.